They taught us how to laugh, how to dream, and how to believe, and somehow they're still teaching us today. The oldest actors still alive in Hollywood remind us that passion doesn't fade and true artistry has no expiration date. These men and women are more than just actors. They are living memories of cinema's golden heartbeat. Every smile, every line delivered, every scene lived, all tell a story of courage, dedication, and love for the craft. From Clint Eastwood's quiet strength to Julie Andrews's timeless grace, from Mel Brooks's laughter to Rita Moreno's fire, their lives continue to inspire us across generations. This is not just a look back, it's a celebration of endurance, of hearts that never stopped performing, and of voices that still echo through Hollywood's history. Their stories remind us that legends don't grow old, they simply shine in a different light. Clint Eastwood. Born on May 31st, 1930, Clint Eastwood stands at 95 years old in 2025, a living monument to Hollywood's golden legacy. For more than 6 decades, his name has been synonymous with grit, silence, and unshakable resolve. From his breakthrough as the mysterious gunslinger in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly to his legendary role as Dirty Harry, Eastwood carved an image of masculinity that defined an era of American cinema. But Eastwood's legacy extends far beyond the saddle. As a director, he reshaped the language of modern storytelling with Unforgiven and Million Dollar Baby, both Oscar-winning masterpieces that explored morality, aging, and redemption. His work reflects not just a filmmaker's precision, but a philosopher's reflection on justice and humanity. Even in his 90s, Eastwood continues to surprise the world. In recent years, he directed and starred in Cry Macho, 2021, a quiet meditation on loss and dignity. Few artists have maintained such a profound presence for so long, bridging the raw power of old Hollywood with the introspection of today's cinema. Clint Eastwood's journey is more than a career. It is a chronicle of American film itself. He reminds us that true legends never fade. They simply ride into the horizon, leaving stories that echo across generations. Tippi Hedren. There are moments in Hollywood history that seem frozen in time, and one of them is Tippi Hedren standing in the middle of a chaotic swarm in Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Born on January 19, 1930, and now 95 years old, Hedren remains one of the last living icons from the golden age of cinema. Her debut performance in that 1963 classic didn't just introduce a new leading lady. It defined an era of psychological thrillers and Hitchcock's unique brand of fear. Throughout the 1970s and beyond, she appeared in a range of films and television series, including A Countess from Hong Kong, Citizen Ruth, and The Bold and the Beautiful. Her ability to bring dignity and depth to every performance made her a respected figure in an industry known for its fleeting fame. After her acting career flourished with films like Marnie, she turned her focus toward animal welfare, a passion that would come to define her later life. At her Shambhala Preserve in California, she has dedicated decades to rescuing and protecting big cats and other exotic wildlife. This lifelong commitment earned her international recognition as both an actress and an activist. Her elegance, determination, and quiet strength embody the resilience of classic Hollywood women. Tippi Hedren is proof that true beauty endures when it's rooted in purpose. James Hong. Few actors in Hollywood history have built a career as vast and enduring as James Hong's. Born on February 22, 1929, the Minnesota native is now 96 years old and still active in film and television. a living testament to longevity and passion. For over 7 decades, Hong has been a constant presence in American entertainment, bridging cultures and breaking barriers long before diversity became a conversation. His filmography is almost unbelievable in scale, with more than 600 credited roles. From the mysterious Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China to the charming father in Kung Fu Panda, Hong has proven that he can embody both menace and humor with effortless grace. In Blade Runner, his brief but unforgettable scene as the eye maker Chu added texture to one of the greatest sci-fi films ever made. More recently, his performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once introduced him to a new generation, reminding the world that talent knows no age limit. Beyond acting, Hong co-founded the East-West Players in Los Angeles, a pioneering theater group that opened doors for Asian American artists at a time when Hollywood rarely did. In 2022, his name was finally immortalized on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, a long overdue recognition of a lifetime devoted to the craft. James Hong's journey is more than a career. It's a story of persistence, humor, and quiet revolution. Marion Ross. When television viewers think of warmth, laughter, and home, they often picture Marion Ross. She was born on October 25, 1928. The beloved actress is now 96 years old, and her legacy remains woven into the fabric of American pop culture. Her most famous role as Marion Cunningham in the long-running sitcom Happy Days made her the nation's favorite mother. Before her iconic role, Ross had already built a strong foundation in entertainment. She began her career in the 1950s, appearing in television classics like The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show and The Donna Reed Show. Her versatility allowed her to move seamlessly between comedy and drama, earning respect from both audiences and peers. In addition to her television success, she appeared in films such as Operation Petticoat, The Glenn Miller Story, and later voiced characters in beloved animated series, including SpongeBob SquarePants. Over her 7-decade career, Ross received multiple Emmy nominations and became a symbol of integrity and kindness in Hollywood. Even after Happy Days, she continued to grace the screen with guest roles, always bringing authenticity and heart. Marion Ross represents a rare kind of artist, one whose presence comforts generations. Her smile, sincerity, and enduring grace continue to light up television history. Mel Brooks. Nearly 100 years of life have not dulled Mel Brooks's genius for comedy. Born in Brooklyn in 1926, he grew up in a working-class family where humor was survival, and that spark of mischief never left him. Today, at 99, Brooks stands as one of the last true comedy architects of Hollywood, a man who not only made people laugh, but changed what laughter could mean. His story began in the writer's room of Your Show of Shows, where he crafted sketches that would influence television humor for generations. Then came his audacious leap into film, starting with the Oscar-winning The Producers, a comedy so daring it turned taboo into art. He followed with a golden run of classics, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and Spaceballs, each one brimming with his signature mix of intellect and insanity. Brooks's achievements go beyond film. He is one of the rare few to earn the coveted EGOT, winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. Mel Brooks taught generations that humor heals, unites, and endures. His wit is both rebellion and compassion, and even as he approaches a century of life, his laughter still echoes across time like a standing ovation that never ends. Dick Van Dyke. When people think of pure delight on screen, they often think of Dick Van Dyke, a man whose very presence feels like sunshine. Born in West Plains, Missouri, on December 13, 1925, he has spent nearly a century sharing laughter with the world, and at 99 years old, he remains one of the most cherished performers in American history. His breakthrough came in 1961 with The Dick Van Dyke Show, where he brought intelligence and warmth to sitcom comedy. Then came Mary Poppins, where his boundless energy as Bert, dancing on rooftops and singing Chim Chim Cherry, captured the hearts of generations. His graceful style, blending slapstick and sincerity, made audiences feel they were watching joy itself come to life. He has spent a lifetime using his art to spread optimism, performing well into his later years, and even appearing at Hollywood events with the same spark he had half a century ago. Honored with Emmys, a Tony, and a Grammy, he is proof that kindness and laughter never age. For millions, Dick Van Dyke isn't just an entertainer. He is a reminder that happiness, when shared freely, becomes timeless. Eva Marie Saint. Born on July 4, 1924, in Newark, New Jersey, Eva Marie Saint has lived through the entire evolution of American cinema. At 101 years old, she stands as a living bridge between the golden age of Hollywood and the modern era, a woman whose elegance, intelligence, and quiet strength defined an entire generation of actresses. Her rise to prominence came with a performance that stunned audiences and critics alike. In 1954, she starred opposite Marlon Brando in On the Waterfront, a role that earned her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. The film's emotional realism marked a turning point in American storytelling, and Saint's portrayal of Edie Doyle remains one of the most nuanced performances ever captured on screen. Just a few years later, Alfred Hitchcock cast her in North by Northwest, where she brought depth and sophistication to one of the most memorable thrillers in cinema history. Throughout her 7-decade career, Eva Marie Saint worked with legendary directors such as Elia Kazan, Fred Zinnemann, and Robert Redford. Saint's longevity and dignity have made her not just a Hollywood survivor, but a symbol of its finest ideals. She reminds us that glamour can coexist with authenticity and that artistry can transcend time itself. In every sense, Eva Marie Saint remains the epitome of timeless class. Robert Duvall. There are actors who chase fame, and then there is Robert Duvall, the man who simply chased the truth. From his earliest days, audiences sensed something different about him. A stillness, a focus, an honesty that felt almost unsettling in its simplicity. Born on January 5, 1931 in San Diego, California, Duvall began his journey on stage before stepping into cinema with To Kill a Mockingbird in 1962. It was a small part, but it announced a major talent. Soon after came the roles that cemented his place among Hollywood's finest. Tom Hagen in The Godfather, Lieutenant Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, and Max Sledge in Tender Mercies, the latter earning him the Academy Award for Best Actor. Each performance carried the same unshakable truth. Duvall never pretended, he simply was. Over time, he became the embodiment of American realism, rugged yet introspective, understated yet unforgettable. Critics admired his craft, while fellow actors revered his discipline and humility. Robert Duvall doesn't need the spotlight. His work has already etched him into it. His presence reminds us that great acting doesn't shout, it whispers, and we listen. William Shatner. Some stars fade quietly with time, but William Shatner has spent his life defying gravity, both literally and figuratively. Born on March 22, 1931 in Montreal, Canada, he is 94 years old and still as curious and unstoppable as ever. For millions around the world, he will forever be remembered as Captain James T. Kirk from Star Trek, the fearless leader who took audiences to galaxies far beyond imagination. After his early success with Star Trek, he reinvented himself through acclaimed roles in T.J. Hooker, Boston Legal, and countless guest appearances that showcased both his charisma and self-aware humor. In 2021, he became the oldest person ever to travel to space aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket, turning science fiction into reality. Across decades of reinvention, Shatner has earned Emmys, a Golden Globe, and the admiration of fans from every generation. William Shatner is more than an actor. He is a storyteller of boundless imagination, a man who turned exploration into a lifelong calling. Whether commanding a starship or gazing down at Earth from above, he reminds us that adventure has no age limit and curiosity never retires. Barbara Eden. Long before special effects and CGI, Barbara Eden brought real magic to television screens. Born on August 23, 1931, she became one of America's most beloved stars through her unforgettable role in I Dream of Jeannie. At 94 years old, she still carries the same radiant smile that first captured hearts more than half a century ago. When I Dream of Jeannie premiered in 1965, Eden's portrayal of the playful, kind-hearted Jeannie transformed the show into a pop culture phenomenon. Before and after Jeannie's Bottle, Eden built an impressive career across film, television, and stage. She appeared in Flaming Star alongside Elvis Presley and continued to perform in comedies, dramas, and live events well into her later years. Her professionalism and grace earned her admiration throughout Hollywood. Beyond acting, Eden has embraced her role as a living piece of television history, often attending fan conventions and charity events, delighting audiences young and old. Barbara Eden's legacy glows with warmth and nostalgia. Even decades later, her laughter still feels like a wish come true. Angie Dickinson. There was a time in Hollywood when female characters were written to be delicate and dependent, until Angie Dickinson changed the script. Born on September 30th, 1931, in Culm, North Dakota, she brought sophistication and courage to every role she played. Now 94 years old, she remains one of the most respected and trailblazing actresses of her generation. Dickinson began her career in the 1950s, appearing in a series of westerns and crime dramas before gaining national recognition for her performance alongside John Wayne and Dean Martin in Rio Bravo. Her natural charisma and quiet confidence made her stand out in a male-dominated industry. But it was the 1970s television series Policewoman that transformed her into a household name. As Sergeant Pepper Anderson, she became the first female lead in a major police drama, a role that earned her a Golden Globe and inspired generations of women to see themselves as equals on screen and beyond. Over the years, she appeared in a diverse range of films, including Ocean's 11, Dressed to Kill, and Point Blank, each one revealing new layers of her artistry. Hers is the story of elegance with an edge, a true Hollywood original. Rita Moreno. Born on December 11, 1931, in Humacao, Puerto Rico, she has spent more than 70 years captivating audiences around the world. At 93 years old, Moreno remains a vibrant force, a living bridge between classic Hollywood and the diverse industry it strives to become today. Her breakout role in West Side Story, 1961, not only earned her the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, but also changed the landscape for Latin performers in Hollywood. Decades later, she reprised her connection to the story in Steven Spielberg's 2021 remake, this time as Valentina, a full-circle moment that reflected her enduring presence and artistic evolution. Rita Moreno's career extends far beyond one film. She is one of the few artists in history to achieve the coveted EGOT, having won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. Her life is a dance between cultures, decades, and emotions, and she continues to move with the same rhythm that once made her a star. Rita Moreno is not only a legend, she is a celebration of what endurance and passion can create. Michael Caine. He was born on March 14, 1933, in London, England. He is 92 years old and still stands as one of Britain's greatest cinematic exports, a man whose presence bridges generations of moviegoers. His breakout performance in Zulu, 1964, showcased his poise and intensity, while The Ipcress File introduced audiences to the cool, sharp-witted spy who became his trademark. Then came Alfie, the film that made him an international sensation. Charming, flawed, and deeply human. Over the years, he has appeared in more than 130 films, including unforgettable roles in The Italian Job, The Cider House Rules, and Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. Caine's 2 Academy Awards for Hannah and Her Sisters and The Cider House Rules confirmed what audiences already knew. He could steal a scene with nothing but a glance and a perfectly timed line. What makes Michael Caine remarkable isn't just longevity, it's authenticity. He never lost his accent, his humility, or his humor. Carol Burnett. Long before comedy was a space for women to lead, Carol Burnett walked onto a stage and changed everything. Born on April 26, 1933, in San Antonio, Texas, she transformed laughter into a form of connection, turning vulnerability and wit into art. Now 92 years old, she remains one of the most beloved and influential figures in television history. Her groundbreaking variety series, The Carol Burnett Show, which aired from 1967 to 1978, became a cultural touchstone. Each week, she invited audiences into a world of sketches, songs, and spontaneous humor that felt both personal and timeless. Beyond her legendary show, Burnett's work in film and theater, from Annie to Noises Off, proved her dramatic range matched her comedic genius. Over the years, she earned 7 Emmy Awards, 7 Golden Globe, 1 Grammy, and the Kennedy Center Honors, cementing her status as an icon. Carol Burnett taught America that humor could bridge generations, that kindness and comedy belong together, and that even in tough times, there's always something worth smiling about. Joan Collins. Born on May 23, 1933, in London, England, she turned 92 in 2025, and her legacy still sparkles with the same confidence and charisma that made her a household name. Collins began her career in British cinema during the 1950s, earning early attention for her roles in Land of the Pharaohs and The Girl in the Red Velvet Swing. Hollywood quickly took notice of her striking beauty and undeniable presence, leading to a contract with 20th Century Fox. But it was television that crowned her as entertainment royalty. Her portrayal of Alexis Carrington in the 1980s hit series Dynasty transformed her into an international icon. Her performance earned her a Golden Globe Award and redefined what it meant to be a powerful female lead on TV. Off-screen, she became a fashion icon and author, always exuding poise and independence. Joan Collins didn't just play glamour, she lived it. Her name still stands for resilience, sophistication, and the timeless power of a woman who refused to fade from the spotlight. Robert Fuller. For those who grew up in the golden age of television, a true hero rode on horseback, and his name was Robert Fuller. Born on July 29, 1933 in Troy, New York, Fuller became one of America's most beloved Western stars, a man whose quiet strength and rugged charm spoke louder than words. Now 92 years old, he remains a living link to the era when honor, courage, and grit ruled the screen. Fuller's breakthrough came with the hit series Laramie, 1959 to 1963, where his portrayal of Jess Harper made him a household favorite. He later brought the same sense of duty and compassion to Wagon Train and Emergency, proving that whether riding the open plains or saving lives in a Los Angeles hospital, his heroes always carried heart as their compass. Even after retiring from acting, Fuller never left the Western spirit behind. He became a regular at cowboy festivals and fan events, meeting admirers who still remember him as the man who made decency look heroic. Robert Fuller didn't need to shout or shine under neon lights. The dust of the frontier was enough. Kim Novak. Born on February 13, 1933, in Chicago, Illinois, Kim Novak remains one of Hollywood's most alluring and enduring legends. At 92 years old, she is forever linked to Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, where her portrayal of Madeline Elster and Judy Barton turned mystery into poetry. The film, once misunderstood, is now hailed as one of the greatest in cinema history, and Novak's performance is its beating heart. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, she became Columbia Pictures' brightest star, earning acclaim in Picnic, Pal Joey, and Belle Book and Candle. Over her career, Novak received 2 Golden Globe Awards and was honored with the Golden Bear for Lifetime Achievement at the Berlin International Film Festival. Though she later stepped away from acting to pursue painting and animal advocacy, Kim Novak's legacy continues to shimmer. She remains the definition of timeless beauty, an artist who proved that mystery, when paired with integrity, can last forever. Julie Andrews. Born on October 1, 1935 in Walton-on-Thames, England, Julie Andrews is a living embodiment of grace and artistry. Now 90 years old, she remains one of the most cherished figures in film and theater. Her performance in Mary Poppins, 1964, earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, launching a career defined by warmth and wonder. Just a year later, she enchanted audiences again in The Sound of Music, a film that became one of the most beloved musicals in history. After a vocal surgery in 1997 ended her singing career, she gracefully reinvented herself through writing and narration, notably as Queen Clarice in The Princess Diaries and as the narrator of Bridgerton. Honored with an Oscar, multiple Golden Globes, and a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute, Julie Andrews represents resilience, dignity, and the everlasting magic of storytelling. George Takei. He was born on April 20, 1937, in Los Angeles, California. George Takei has lived a life as bold as the galaxies his character once explored. Takei's journey to stardom was far from easy. As a child, He and his family were among the thousands of Japanese Americans imprisoned in internment camps during World War II, an experience that shaped his lifelong fight for justice and equality. Decades later, his portrayal of Sulu broke racial barriers on American television, offering an image of intelligence, dignity, and leadership at a time when such representation was rare. When the cameras stopped rolling, Take's mission only grew stronger. He became a leading voice for LGBTQ+ rights, democracy, and historical education, using his platform to inspire new generations through advocacy, writing, and public speaking. George Take's story is more than one of fame. It is a story of courage, empathy, and purpose. Brigitte Bardot. In the heart of Paris, during the autumn of 1934, a child was born who would one day redefine femininity on screen, Brigitte Bardot. Now 91, she stands as one of the most influential and complex figures in both film and activism, a woman whose life has been as bold as the characters she once played. Her rise began with the groundbreaking film And God Created Woman, 1956, which shattered conventions and turned Bardot into a global sensation. Bardot's performances in Contempt, La Vérité, and Viva Maria revealed an actress capable of depth and intelligence, made her the face of 1960s European cinema. Yet, at the height of her fame, she walked away from Hollywood's glitter to dedicate her life to protecting animals. Through the Brigitte Bardot Foundation, founded in 1986, she became a fierce advocate for compassion and conservation. Lois Smith. In the small town of Topeka, Kansas of 1930, a girl was born who would one day become one of America's most enduring character actresses. Her name was Lois Smith. Now 94 years old, she has spent more than 80 years building a career defined not by celebrity, but by depth, dedication, and grace. Smith made her film debut alongside James Dean in East of Eden, 1955, instantly showing a natural presence that felt grounded and real. From there, she worked steadily as varied as 5 Easy Pieces, Minority Report, and True Blood. In 2017, she won the Tony Award for Best Actress in The Inheritance, making history as the oldest performer ever to receive the honor. Lois Smith's career is a masterclass in endurance and authenticity, proof that talent, when paired with humility, can create a legacy that outlasts time itself. Patrick Stewart. Born on July 13, 1940, in Muirfield, England, he has built a career defined by intellect, discipline, and timeless charm. Stewart first earned acclaim on the British stage as a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company, where his deep, resonant voice and precise control brought classical roles to life. But his fame expanded beyond the stage when he became Captain Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek: The Next Generation, a role that transformed him into an international icon of leadership and wisdom. Later, as Professor Charles Xavier in the X-Men films, he inspired a new generation with that same commanding gentleness. Over the years, Stewart has earned Olivier, Emmy, and Screen Actors Guild nominations. And in 2010, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his contributions to drama. His legacy is that of a thinker, a storyteller, and a man who reminds us that courage and compassion belong to the same voice. In a world that changes faster than film reels can spin, these men and women remind us of what endures. The oldest Hollywood actors still alive are more than stars. They are living history, storytellers whose voices once filled theaters and hearts alike. Their journeys reflect not only talent, but resilience, courage, and the unshakable spirit of creation. From Eastwood's rugged silence to Andrews's melodic grace, from Mel Brooks's laughter to Morgan Freeman's wisdom, each has shaped how we see art, life, and ourselves. As we honor them, we honor the golden light of cinema itself. If these stories moved you, take a moment to like, share, and comment. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because legends like these deserve to be remembered, celebrated, and never fade from the screen of time.